The world has changed. Your wallet hasn't. 85 million jobs displaced by AI by 2025. Inflation still 30% above pre-COVID levels. And US home values climbed by 45.3% in the last 5 years. If you are under 40, your financial plan was built for a world that no longer exists. This isn't about budgeting hacks. This is a financial intervention. If you make more than your parents ever did, why does it feel like you have less? Let's be brutally honest. If you are under 40, you have been handed the illusion of income without the utility of wealth. And here's what I mean. You make more than your parents ever did. You are more educated, more skilled, more connected, but somehow you are barely breathing between paychecks. And let's break this open with facts. Home values in the US are up by 45.3% since 2020. In UK, the grocery basket inflation is about 23%. In India, essentials like milk and sugar have surged by 12 to 18%, and energy prices are globally up by 24%. And what about wages? Well, they have barely moved. Now, mix in silent costs, your subscriptions, your medical bills, your insurance premiums, your credit card charges, and finally the convenience tax that you pay while eating food online. And that's when you realize the middle class didn't disappear. It got digitally outsourced. You are not living paycheck to paycheck. You are living platform to platform. What was once considered luxury, those instant delivery, data storage, financial dashboards, etc., is now table stakes to function in a hyper-optimized economy. And here's the real kicker. You can't even pinpoint where your money went because it didn't go anywhere dramatic. It simply dissolved. So, you are not broke because you spent badly. You are broke because your money was eaten alive by one $7 charge at a time. In 2024, the average urban millennial paid for 12 plus subscriptions on monthly basis just to stay connected, which translates to about $144 a year, none of which existed 20 years ago. The system is optimized and your wallet not so much. But the worst part, the playbook you were told to follow still assumes that you are living in 1997. You must have heard the phrase, save 10%, buy a home, retire at 65. Well, this is great advice when rent was $500 and jobs lasted for 30 years. So let's talk about the single most repeated financial lie in modern history, which is just save 10% and everything will be okay. This sounds good because it used to work, but that rule was invented when college costs were about $4,000 a year. Pensions were a thing and rent was about 18% of your income. And now, in India, your monthly bank payments for your debts account for 55% of urban income. In Canada, 40% homeowners will refinance at twice the interest rate in 2025. And in US, the Gen Z Emergency Saving Fund is about $860. So let's really break the myth. Save 10%, but most can't even save 1% after housing, food, insurance, and any other essentials. Buy a home in what city or on what planet and with what down payment money? Here's the inconvenient truth. You don't have a spending problem. You have a financial architecture problem. The game has changed. Inflation is dynamic. Tariffs, supply chain conflict, etc. Getting a debt has become frictionless. And the institution that promotes save more are also the ones that are giving you 1.5% interest rate on your deposits, while they go on investing your money for 12% plus returns in private equity or hedge funds. So let's truly understand, you are not building wealth. You are subsidizing someone else's asset ladder. That $500 you diligently save in 2024, it has less purchasing power than the same $500 in 2009. So the traps you don't see, the ones that don't feel like debt until they do. You never signed up to be in debt, but your apps did it for you seamlessly. This is what I call as micro-doom, a slow financial bleed that comes from subscriptions, buy now pay later schemes, auto-renewing purchases, soft debt disguised as convenience. And it's not random, it's engineered behavioral finance. The free trial isn't really free, it's a lead magnet. The 4 easy payments isn't flexible. It's a time-released debt pylon. Gen Z carries about 7.1 active subscription on an average. BNPL delinquency rates are up by 33%. And in India, UPI-linked credit systems have quietly rolled out to 1 billion plus users. So let's say you have 6 subscriptions. That equals to about $72 a month. 2 active BNPL payments. That's about $180 per month. A gym you haven't visited since the last vacation. That's about $55 a month. Your delivery apps are adding another $120 a month. That's over $400 per month that feels invisible. And it's about $5,000 a year evaporated, not on luxuries, but on passive leaks. The real debt crisis isn't credit cards, it's frictionless billing plus psychological forgetfulness. You don't feel broke because of the big purchase you made. You feel broke because your life is being charged in micro installments. In 2024, the average millennial had at least 1 subscription they had no memory of signing up, and 1 in 5 had 3+ BNPL debts active at once. Drop the most ridiculous thing you realized you were paying for in the comment box below. It could be a meditation upgrade, a ringtone app from 2017, or anything else. Let's make this the great financial unsubscribe day. Have you ever thought that sometimes you may not really need a raise? You simply need a new city. You think your money problems are because of how much you earn. In 2025, it is not just what you make, it's where you are forced to spend it. Let me show you what I really mean. Your job doesn't determine your financial freedom. Your zip code does. Geo arbitrage is no longer for travel bloggers. It's a core career strategy for anyone who is paid in dollars, euros, or dirhams. If you are working remotely and still living in a tier 1 cost of living city, you are burning well just to prove a point. One of the most interesting trends is that UAE welcomed over 200,000 new residents in 2024, most for tax reasons. Thailand's digital visa surged by 34% in 2023, and Portugal closed its golden visa because too many knowledge workers were relocating. People aren't moving just for vibes, they are moving for financial oxygen. If your city steals your peace and your paycheck, you don't need to earn more. You perhaps need to relocate your reality. But what if the most powerful advisor you had wasn't your city or your bank, but an AI tool sitting quietly in your phone? Your financial advisor charges $200 an hour. ChatGPT does it in 30 seconds for free. So here's what nobody told you about AI. It won't just replace your job, it will replace your excuses as well. And let's kill a myth. AI isn't here to make you lazy, it is here to bring you more clarity. And you can use it by entering your details into ChatGPT. You can use many tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. In 10 seconds, you will get a line-by-line expense audit, emotional versus essential spending flags. And this is that robo portfolio service which is more efficient than what your bank really offers. And many of us are actually using it. What's the catch? None, perhaps just one. You have to ask the right question. Let me give you a surprising insight. 45% of Gen Z say that they trust AI more than human advisors for their financial question. Because AI doesn't judge, doesn't delay, and doesn't upsell. In 2025, if you are broke but not using AI to audit your money, you are voluntarily blindfolded. You don't need 50 YouTube videos. You need one smart prompt and the guts to use it every month. But clarity alone isn't enough. So let's build a system that protects you even when you are too tired to protect yourself. Forget discipline. You don't need more willpower. You need guardrails. Sometimes you may feel that discipline is a myth. It's not that you lack it, it is that you have been told to rely on it in a system built to break. So let's really build something smarter. Your financial operating system for 2025. And this operating system consists of 4 parts. Number 1, an audit loop. Run at least once a month where you input your details and ask ChatGPT, show me where I overspent, and suggest a saving or an investment shift based on current trends. Link this to your statements, credit card consumptions, etc., and make sure you do it once a month. Second, payday auto system. Before your money hits your hand, split it. You spend 50% on your necessities, 10% into emergency fund, 10% into no guilt fund, and 10% into skill investment. But again, this seems very outdated. Again, use ChatGPT to personalize this as well. Step 3, geo cost review. Ask ChatGPT, where could I live for 30% less and save 3x more? It could be a different country or different city. In fact, it could be suburbs of the same city where the rents are considerably lower than living in the city. And finally, number 4, the 1-hour rule. Every 30 days, spend 1 hour on canceling, reallocating, and refreshing your targets. Call it money hour once a month. Put it on your calendar like a flight. It's a ritual, not a reaction. That's the key. People don't go broke from bad intentions. They go broke from no systems plus too much improvisation. People who run a monthly financial ritual were 48% more likely to hit their annual saving goals, even if their income didn't change. And if your money system doesn't work when you are tired, distracted, or demotivated, you don't really have a system. What you have is a fantasy. Send this to someone who thinks they are bad with money. You are not bad with money. You have been financially gaslit. You have been told that all the problem is because of you, when it is the rules, the timing, the terrain. This video, well, it's not about going viral. It's about giving you the one thing your bank, job, school, and apps never give you, a new map. Share this with one person you love. That friend who is silently stressing out about his rent. The partner who is juggling 3 jobs just to stay still. And remember, subscribe the channel, and I will see you in the next video.